Hello and welcome to another episode of Tonewise Productions. Today, we're here with the Ceriatone Plexi101 All Access. All right, before we get started, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. The subscriptions help a bunch. I'm trying to keep growing this and keep doing what I love doing. So, anyways, getting into it. Very excited about this one. I've wanted a Plexi for, oh God, since I was 11. 10, I mean, going back 20 some odd years now. Just could never really afford one. I've been an avid Hendrix enthusiast, massive fan since I was a kid. Band of Gypsies changed my life listening to music, and as such, I've always wanted a Strat and a Marshall, and just never really got one until now. And I had the opportunity to be able to afford one of these, and I jumped at the chance, and it was about, 4 or 5 weeks, and Nick sent this over. And it is everything I wanted and more. It is one of the coolest things I've ever had the chance to lay my hands on. And it sounds killer. So, without going too much more into it, let's just dive in. This is set at a 68 Plexi setting right now. Hendrix tone, presence at like 8. Pretty much everything at 8 but the bass, which is at like 6. And then the master's like 3/4 of the way up, and the other two volumes are about 2/3 to 3/4 up, and they're jumpered together. And it's going through my aux box into a 412 cab simulation, and it sounds a little like this. So you see, great dynamic range. Really is angry and sustains like crazy when the volume's rolled up, but it cleans up great too. I got it in coil split now, and you can see. So yeah, and that's rolled down like 4, but you really could hear, cleans up beautifully. And then as you turn it back up, So yeah, it's just fantastic. Absolutely love it. I'm digging the hell out of this thing right now. As you can see from the opening video, just playing every Hendrix and Band of Gypsies lick I possibly know. It covers a lot more ground than that too. I'll see if I can't get my buddy in, who's a fantastic heavy metal hard rock player, and see if he can't run some tool licks through this thing. But let's dive into a little bit of the harder rock side of things. We'll kind of turn this up a little bit and we'll really get into that end. So I'm going to bring the presence up a little bit, bring the bass back down, bring the gain up a little bit. Volume. Not much of a change, but enough to make a difference. The tone controls have a pretty wide range on these, which is great. You can really hear your difference in small amounts of movement. Just great stuff. Early 70s rock is, absolutely no problem with this. Just killer stuff. I mean, it's just great. It just takes you back to that era in spades. There are a couple of options here to go for like the super bass and the 67 Plexi, as well as the 72, I believe. And then you can kind of create your own out of those circuit choices. You can see on the bottom here, there's the character, the boost. I think there's a couple of cap changes here, the bright switch, and then there's a few different selectors on the back for, I believe, different resistors and things like that are slightly different between these circuits. I'm not going to jump between too much of that right now. I'll just change guitars and really kind of let the amp shine where it's at right now in this 68 setting. So we're going to move to a hotter guitar now, move to some drop D stuff, see if I can't give it a shot. And yeah, let's see how that sounds. Alrighty, we are back again. This time, this is with my Travis Bean. I think it's a TS1000. I'm not quite sure. Pickups are hot as heck on this thing. It's in drop D. I've got this set up in much the same setting in the 68. The controls have been moved around a little bit now. The bass is almost off. The mids are cranked. Volume 2 is jacked way up. The treble's cut back a little bit. And there's a little more presence. And this is, relatively speaking, an Adam Jonesy kind of sound with his super lead. And these pickups are hot. They're pushing the front of it. And we'll see how that sounds. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's a good sound. Honestly, I'd probably bring the volume and the bass and the treble up a bit more. Alrighty, let's take a look with a single coil and a few pedals mixed in for some fun. So we are back again with one of my all-time favorite setups, as I've stated many times earlier. Plexi circuit, single coil guitar, 412 cab, couple of cool pedals. And that's really all there is to it. I'll start off with nothing and I'll add some more pedals in as I go. Probably the duelist I have down here, as well as his Octaland and the Fuzz, all from King Tone. And I may throw some Univibe in coming from my Boss MD500 and possibly some Wah. But yeah, we're gonna get this started. I mean, how do you not love it? It just takes you right there for me, and worth its weight in gold, really. Probably one of the happiest stamp purchases I've made in a while. This thing is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I can play this thing all day, but yeah, that's been a demo of the Ceriatone Plexi 100 All Access. Go pick yourself up one. I'll put something in the description down below here. Thanks to Nick and the guys for sending this out so quick. Awesome customer support and just great people. Their forum on Facebook is also great too. The group is fantastic, tons of knowledge. Nick is always in there, willing to help people and discuss things. Great company, great freaking product. Looking forward to getting another one soon. This has been Tone Wise Productions, and we'll see you out there.